If you have been noticing constant arguments over small things, dishes left in the sink, laundry, or who does what around the house, and you don't fully understand why it keeps happening, this video for you. I'm gonna walk you through 5 real questions people ask when small household disagreements start taking over a relationship. Not generic advice, but the actual thoughts that go through your head when petty arguments feel bigger than they should. By the end of this video, you'll have clarity on what's really driving these fights and how you can start change the dynamic in your relationship. Many couples ignore this important question. Why do we keep arguing over small things every single day? At first, it might seem like these fights are just about chores, dishes, or who takes out the trash. But the truth is, they really stay at the surface level. These small arguments are often a signal of unspoken emotions, frustrations, disappointments, or hidden resentments that have not been addressed openly. For example, one partner might feel overwhelmed by the daily load of household responsibilities, while the other does not fully realize the emotional weight behind it. Or perhaps there is lingering irritation from past disagreements that has not been fully resolved yet. What looks like a fight over who left the socks on the floor is often just a trigger, sparking deeper tensions that have quietly built up over time. Recognizing this pattern is the first step. Instead of blaming each other for minor mistakes, notice what these arguments are really pointing to. Only by seeing the emotions beneath the surface can help couples start addressing the root causes and prevent the same conflicts from repeating. It hurts, and you ask yourself, why does it feel like my wife is always criticizing me over little things at home? At first, it might seem like it's just a million tiny things, the things you forget or never do perfectly. You might think it's only about dishes, laundry, or how the house is organized. But really, this criticism often signals something deeper. They reflect a shift in your relationship dynamics or the complex emotional state your wife might be expressing. Maybe she is stressed, tired, or feeling unheard, and these little moments become a way to express that tension. Recognizing this does not mean the criticism is right, but it helps you understand why it keeps happening and where the underlying issues might be. Once you see it as a sign of something deeper, you can start responding differently with empathy, awareness, and communication instead of getting stuck in the same pattern of blame. Couples often wonder, how do small household issues turn into big fights between partners? At first, it seems like just tiny disagreements, nothing serious, chores, dishes, or even socks lying around. You might think it's just a small thing, we'll get over it. But these small issues are rarely isolated. Often, they act as triggers, sparking arguments that reveal deeper tension already present in the relationship. For example, a forgotten chore might ignite frustration, not just about that task, but about feeling unsupported, unheard, or taken for granted. These disagreements build up over time, creating a pattern where small issues escalate because the underlying emotions have not been addressed. Seeing the connection between tiny triggers and bigger fights helps you understand why it keeps happening and opens the door to changing the way you respond together. If you have started wondering in your marriage, are we really arguing about chores so often and so intensively? This question does not just mean you are tired of the fights. It signals that something deeper is at play. Often, these arguments reveal unspoken tensions, frustrations that have not been voiced, or subtle shifts in the relationship dynamic that neither partner has fully noticed yet. Maybe one of you feels overwhelmed by responsibilities, while the other does not realize the emotional weight behind it. Or perhaps small disagreements are highlighting patterns of unmet needs, expectations, or misunderstandings that have quietly built up over time. Recognizing this is the first step toward breaking the cycle. It allows you to see that the fights are not just about chores, they are signposts pointing to what really matters in your relationship and where attention and care are needed. If you are tired of constant arguments with your partners in marriage, it's time to ask yourself, how can we stop fighting over everyday things and feel like a team again? This question moves you beyond surface level disagreements, chores, small misunderstandings, or debates about who is more right, because it's not just about stopping the fight, it's about changing the way you relate to each other. For example, instead of reacting with frustration, you might start noticing patterns in your arguments or triggers that repeatedly cause tension. Asking this question together opens the door to real teamwork, where both partners understand each other's perspectives and work towards solutions together. It helps shift the focus from blame to connection, from who is right to how can we be better together. By addressing the root causes and not just the surface fights, couples can rebuild a sense of partnership and trust step by step, day by day. If some of these situations feel familiar, now you can step back and see the bigger picture. Arguments over small things don't appear out of nowhere. They grow from patterns, unspoken feelings, and tension that's been building quietly. But the good news, if these fights can escalate, they can also be shifted with awareness, clear communication, and small changes done together. For a deeper dive into your unique situation, not just general advice, but insights tailored to you, check the link in the description. Take the first step and start reshaping your relationship dynamic together.